And could I ask you all, please, to be upstanding for the bride?
You say you'll be down to fight. The smell of the perfume.
Now I'm nervous.
Maybe Reese, don't worry about it. If you cry like a little girl, though, I'm going to remind you of it. Alright, shut the fuck up, then. What's this one called, first one?
That's Rebecca and her daughter Ivy.
Claire got that. Right. Rosie or Sophie?
That's Holly.
Holly.
I think you can read my mind. 'Cause when you look at me with those eyes, I'm speechless.
Hey.
What it's doing to me ain't a secret. 'Cause watching you is all that I can do. And I'm speechless. You already know it's all my weakness. After all this time, I'm just as nervous. Every time you walk into the room, I'm speechless.
Oh, you burn your ass on fire.
It's nice and warm, I just don't want to set on fire. So, good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is June, and it is my pleasure to be conducting today's ceremony for you both. My colleague is Alison, and she will be entering the details into the register. And I would like to welcome you all to the White Hart Inn on this very special occasion. Would all the guests please be seated? The place in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages. We come together today to take part in this very special occasion and to witness the promises that Ben and Amy are about to make to each other. In today's ceremony, they will express their love for each other and make promises to maintain their love in their future life together. Through your presence here today, ladies and gentlemen, you are offering your love and support to them. Before you are joined in matrimony, I have to remind you both of the solemn and binding character of the vows that you are about to make. Marriage, according to the law of this country, is the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. Your wedding day is one of the most important of life's milestones. You are asking your family and friends to share your happiness and to witness your expression of commitment to each other. It needs to be celebrated in a way which is true to your ideals and will provide strength and inspiration for the rest of your lives together, as well as many happy memories. Marriage joins two people who trust in the love that they have found. It is a partnership in which each can grow and be their true selves, whilst also becoming part of the other. It demonstrates your belief that together you can overcome whatever the future may hold. Ben and Amy, in each other's company you have clearly found happiness and love, and you now wish to affirm your relationship for your family and friends gathered here today. However, I must ask that question that strikes the fear into most brides and grooms, that if any person here knows of any lawful reason why Ben and Amy should not be joined in matrimony, then they should declare. Okay. You've paid them well, Ben.
I know.
I am now going to ask each of you to declare your freedom to marry. So you just repeat after me, Ben. I do solemnly declare that I know not of any lawful impediment why I, Ben William Martin Gascoigne,
said it all.
may not be joined in matrimony to Amy Georgina and Amy. I do solemnly declare that I know not of any lawful impediment Why I, Amy Georgina Cotton,
Why I, Amy Georgina Cotton,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Ben William Martin.
to Ben William Martin Gascoigne.
As I said earlier in the ceremony, any marriage union which you both enter into has to be done so freely and voluntarily. I therefore ask each of you this question. So Ben, do you, by your own choice, freely and willingly enter into the legal union of marriage with Amy and you, by your own choice, freely and willingly enter into the legal union of marriage with Ben William Martin?
I do.
You have both declared your freedom to marry and your intention to marry each other. I will now ask you to make the legal declarations which will unite you both in marriage. So if I can invite all the guests to please stand and join them while they say the promises to each other. And if I can invite James, this is your moment. If you can come forward,
Step up.
please.
Come on.
And if you can give Ben the ring that he's giving to Amy.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Ben, if you place that ring on the finger that Amy's going to be wearing it on, the one that she's just thrust out there at you, she'll
Yeah.
wear it for
Yeah,
you.
on that one, please.
One bit.
Where the wiggle?
So Ben,
Yeah.
you have to say these words to Amy, okay? I call upon
I call upon
these
these persons
here
here
present
present
to witness
to witness
that I, Ben William Martin Gascoigne,
that I, Ben William Martin Gascoigne,
do take thee,
do take thee,
Amy Georgina Cotton,
Amy Georgina Cotton,
to be my lawful wedded
to be my lawful wedded wife,
and I promise
and I promise
to stand beside you
to stand beside you
as your partner and friend,
as your partner and friend,
and support you with my love
and support you with my love
through our future life together.
through our future life together.
You won't be surprised, happens every time, it's nothing new.
Thank you.
Go for it.
Cause when you look at me with those eyes,
No, absolutely not.
I call upon
These persons here present to witness that I, Amy Georgina Cotton, do take thee, Ben William Martin Gascoigne,
to be my lawful wedded husband,
and I promise
to stand beside you
as your partner and friend,
to support you with my love
to support you with my love
through our future life together.
been in a daze ever since the day.
From today, you're admitting to yourselves and everyone gathered here today that you intend to be together through the good times and the bad, come what may, and that you will always love, support, and respect each other. Ben William Martin Gascoigne and Amy in the presence of everyone gathered here today, you have both consented to the joint of marriage and symbolise your marriage by the joining of hands and the giving and receiving of wedding rings. May you both treasure this day and look to the future together with much love and hope. It therefore gives me great pleasure to declare that you are now husband and wife. Congratulations! So that was the rehearsal. Are we ready?
Absolutely not.
You'll be pleased to know that you've got nothing more to say, but you have got one last important job to do. That's to check and sign the marriage register. So if all the guests could please just take the seats for a few more moments. As I said earlier on, there will be an opportunity shortly for photographs. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, of course you can. Oh, bless you. Are you alright? With that
I'm so excited.
Good. We'll try and Alison by the table.
Yeah, I'll go around this. It's alright. Yeah. I know.
You happy?
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, if I could just have your attention just for a few more moments, please. So I've just got one last job to do. I'm about to present our happy couple with their marriage certificate. So when they wake up in the morning, they do realise they did actually do it. It wasn't just a dream. And I have a tradition to give it to the head of the household, so they go in. Thank you very much.
No arguments there.
From myself, Alison, and everyone at Oldham Registrars, we hope you have a wonderful future together. It's been an absolute pleasure and privilege to have met you both and done your ceremony today. And I hope you all have a wonderful day with the celebrations as well. Could you all please be upstanding and give a huge round of applause for the new Mr. and Mrs. Gascoigne?
Yeah.
The White Hart on this special day. Now, if you please be upstanding and put your hands together and make as much noise as you can for the new Mr. and Mrs. Gascoigne. Please take your seats. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start off with the speeches. It's been a great pleasure to introduce. I think the proudest man in the room today is the father of the bride.
No, we'll try without it anyway, okay? If you can't hear me all, then I'll use the microphone. I'll try and shout anyway. So, hello, welcome, and good afternoon to everyone. In case anyone hasn't guessed yet or doesn't know me, I'm Andrew, Amy's dad, or otherwise known as the father of the bride. And also, quite recently, now known as Ben's father-in-law. I hope you'll all bear with me for a few minutes because it's a long while since I last gave a speech at a wedding, almost 36 years to be exact, and it was my own when I married this lovely lady by my side.
Jimmy!
Other side.
Amy's mum, Angela. Firstly, may I say thank you to all for being here and how well you all look. Special thanks to the bridesmaids, Claire, Hannah, Rebecca. Hopefully you noticed in alphabetical order. You all look amazing. And also thanks to the mini-maids, Sophie, Holly and Ivy. You too all look amazing. I hope you're all enjoying yourselves so far and looking forward to some lovely food and hospitality. And I'm told was Emily, but now it's just Jack, who are looking after us this afternoon. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. Okay, now let's go down to the serious stuff and the reason why we're all here, Amy and Ben. I've known Amy now for about 25 years or so. Ben a little less, but I think in that time I've known and bought into the theory of that in love, opposites attract. Let me try and explain why. A few pointers here. Amy can be a very untidy person. Ben isn't. Amy talks a lot. Ben's a good listener because he has no choice. Ben's a good cook, which is just as well because Amy's a good eater. A very good eater. And it's not common knowledge, but in the Upper Mill area there is a legend known as Amy Two Starters, because that's how she usually starts every meal. which is, by the way, when Ben gets a word in edgeways. Amy and Ben are both from areas called Ashton, one Makerfield, one Underline, and both have similar nicknames and hometowns known as Ash Vegas. Ben's hometown also referred to as Staley Vegas. So when a wedding venue was mentioned and sourced, Vegas seemed to be the perfect choice, closely followed for some reason Old Trafford, often called the Theatre of Dreams. So I know you're wondering, how did we end up here in Lydgate, Oldham? Vegas is quite simple. It's about 12 hours away on a plane, and after 2 hours on a plane, I want to get off, so that was a no from me. Old Trafford looked promising until they realised it was a Saturday and they asked could guests bring their boots, because things haven't been going well this season. So here we are in Lydgate at the White Hart, and hopefully you'll agree with me, a wonderful venue. Angela and I had one of our first meals as a couple and Mum and Dad here, and as I remember it was delicious. Not cheap again, but 5 starters for 4 people, but well worth it. In closing again, I would like to thank all of you for being here and travelling the distances you have to be here. I'd also like to give a special mention to Ben's Mum and Dad, Ruth and Bill, who's sadly not here, but I'm sure would be equally as proud. Just a minute. I could go on and on about Amy. And from a very early age, she was focused. Age 10, opened up her own dog walking business, then proceeded to the paper rounds, and then, not many people know, the short-lived pole dancing career. Then her dream job with Shoe, which was going very well until she told me one of her regular customers suggested a career change, and if she fancied it, ring this number. I strongly advised against. But she made the call, joined the E family and met Ben. What do I know? So please, now could you raise your glasses with me and wish the Gascoignes, Amy and Ben, good health, good wealth, happiness, Amy and Ben.
Amy and Ben.
Cheers. Thank you. Thank you. Apparently I have to give you this. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the proudest man in the room, I think it's
I don't know how to get this on.
in this room. And
Feel like Balotelli putting a bib on here. Right. Hey. Right, you'll have to bear with me. I'm going to have to put my glasses on. And this is an interesting story, because these were very fortunate to be here today. So, I got up this morning and I put my glasses on as I do normally and thought, Christ, they had far too many beers last night. And then I realised there were no lenses in the bastards. Excuse my French. So I then proceeded in spending about 40 minutes crawling around the lounge looking for 2 lenses for my glasses. Found them both on the puppy's bed, chewed to absolute death. So yes, I've worn them very little. They are scratched to high heaven, and we'll get through this about as well as I can do, so you'll have to bear with me. So, you may be pleased to know that this was written well in advance, which is why it's on a page out of my work diary. I did get the wrong day because I'd written some on Saturday, so I had to use tomorrow's. So, but we'll start off. I just wanted to start just by saying thank you to Amy, because first of all, she's done an absolutely fantastic job arranging everything. She's pretty much done everything single-handedly. She's really got stuck in, she's arranged everything, she's spoke to everybody, she's decorated everything herself, she's ordered all the prints, everything she's done herself, including making me drive to South Wales to pick up some books that she found on the internet, which you can see stacked in the middle of your table. Very, very rustic, very charming. I'm sure they have Instagram-esque appeal. They were also a long bloody drive away. But I just need to say, actually, she's done a great job. She's done a fantastic effort of doing everything, and she looks absolutely stunning. So first and foremost, I'd just like everyone just to raise a glass to my beautiful wife. I'm not going to fresh saying that, but to Amy. Thank you. I think next just to thank the parents, really, and I think Andrew and Angela have been fantastic to me since I first met them. In fact, actually the first time I met Andrew, I completely ignored Amy for about 2 hours while we talked about red wine in the kitchen. So it it was going to be a keeper from there, I think, to be honest. But we went on well. But I think Andrew and Angela done a great job in supporting us through this process, and we probably couldn't be here today without those two. So thank you very much for you both for that. Have we got a few gifts somewhere? So here we go. We'll give this. Thank you very much. So got a little something here. I'll give it to Angela. Come up here. But we couldn't be here today, so I want to just say thank you, and this one is for you. So thank you very much.
Just put them down
Yeah, pop them there. So while we're on the topic of parents, I just think, Andrew alluded to before, but I'd love my mum and dad to be here today, because I think they'd have absolutely loved it. They love it round here. They love the place, they love the views, the walks, the beer, and I think just it'd have been nice for them to be here. But mum, in her own special ways, helped us be here by supporting us to get all this sort of arranged and paid for, and done a huge amount with the new move of the house and things. So I wish they were here, but I think just secondary to both Andrew and Angela, and to my mum and dad, I think just to parents both here and absent, just thank you. That's not to say that we won't remember the two four-legged fellas that came in before for the photographs, and unfortunately the one that can't be here. So, you'll see on the memory table some photos of Buddy. He's our beautiful black lab, but he's not able to be here today. But make sure you go and introduce yourselves and see the pictures and look at his big squishy face on the photos, and you'll see why I'm getting upset. Okay, I'm gonna be alright now. Okay. Alright, so equally crying as much as I am. It's a good point to point the blame and everyone focus at someone else who's getting upset. And a massive thank you to Hannah, because she's been a great support to Amy through a lot of things and been a really good help in getting everything arranged today. She's the maid of honour, and I think you'll all agree looks absolutely stunning in the dress. So thank you, Hannah, for everything that you've done, and thank you for being Amy's best friend with all this. And I believe we've got these two here. A little something just to say thank you to the maid of honour. I just think, secondary, it's worth pointing out, we've got two of the bridesmaids, both looking equally stunning. And I think just thank you to Rebecca, to Amy's sister, looks amazing. She's been a great help throughout the whole process. And to Claire, Sam's wife, which table am I looking? Over there, as ever, keeping the children entertained, and also entertaining the sleepiest, handsome chap in the room. So Thomas over there as well. So thank you to you both. So next, I'd just like to say thank you to the gentleman sat just to the right of Andrew here. So to Jimmy, I've known Jimmy for well over 20 years now. He's ultimately, in a long and short about fashion, the result me and Amy are together, because I wouldn't have started working in phones if it wasn't for Jimmy, and therefore I wouldn't have met Amy and I wouldn't be here today. So he's got a lot to be grateful for meeting Jimmy and for everything that he's done, and also a lot to answer for if you're Amy. But I think he's been a massive support of mine throughout some of the most difficult years of my life in the last couple of years, and I think I probably would not have got through it was it not for Jimmy, and just the shoulder and the confidence and the person that he is to talk to and support me through it, and I'd definitely not be stood here today if it wasn't for Jimmy. So thank you, pal. I would have got you flowers, but I don't handsome enough, and I would have got you champagne, but you'd have just got upset. So instead, and you'll have to pay your own corkage fee on these bad boys. But I know he once told me that Bulmers is better than Magners and bottles are better than cans. So I learned, and therefore that's where we're at. Just to sort of finish up, just a special thank you to the G's. There's a lot of them, they're floating around the room. To Sam, who's been probably my longest and best friend for a long time. He's basically like family to me. He knew my Sam's mum and dad, Steve and Rowena, have known my parents for a very long time, along with Carol and Terry, who are sat over there. And I think as was part of family in the room, you know, they're very, very special to me and mean a great deal, and have been a huge, huge part of my life growing up and throughout my entirety of my life so far, and I hope will be for a long time going forward. So we've got a couple of bits of thank yous for Sam and for Steve and Rowena. So let's give. Hey. Yes, I will do. Yeah, I will do. Samuel, that one's for you, son. Thank you. Yeah. So, I think it just goes. There's 2 points. So, I'd just like to finish by saying, in front of you all, there's a little card with a silver heart and a diamante in it. So we were going to do wedding favours, but the Christie Hospital were absolutely fantastic through supporting my mum. They were. There'd be a cause that's really close to my heart for the rest of my life, and so rather than doing favours, we donated £2 for each and every person that sat here just to the Christie Hospital, and the pin's just a thank you for that donation. So thank you to each and every one of you for coming. Yeah. Thank you. And I'd just like to finish again just by thanking my beautiful wife. I woke up this morning with a wonderful gift. I can apologise, I've only got this shit card for you. So
It is shit and all.
it's the worst card.
Shit.
But I love you all the same. Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ben, for the high-tech microphone. Cool, so ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to start by saying thank you to Ben on behalf of the bridesmaids for the compliments. And ladies, you do look amazing, you look brilliant, and so do the little ladies too, so big round of applause to them. I want to thank you all for being here today on Ben and Amy's special day, especially those of you who knew I'd be saying a few words and still showed up. Oh, thanks for that. Special mention to those who travelled from some distance to be here. So we've got the G family all the way from Southampton, much love, and Lee Fletcher, who's come all the way from Spain. Where are you? Yeah, it's amazing the lengths people go to for a free meal and a piss up. So when Ben asked me to be his best man, I naturally had some questions. What had I done to deserve this honour/privilege? Had Sam dropped out at the last minute on account of being needed in China to curtail the spread of the coronavirus? Can I call him a knobhead? And can I talk about that thing that time? Oh, no. And if I say no, do I still get to come to the sit down do? The answers were nothing, no, 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 and absolutely not. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jimmy, and I've known Ben for about 20 years. Ben and I first met through a mutual friend playing football. At the time, I worked at Phones for You in Ashton, and Ben worked All Sports. He was one of the cool kids there. For those of you who don't remember All Sports, it was the place that all young kids used to buy their new footy boots and fresh trainers from throughout the 90s. If you've ever shopped there, you remember they wouldn't let you leave without buying a protective spray or some dubbing for your new boots for the lads. Anyway, All Sports went bump, and I got Ben an interview working at Phones for You with me. The manager who interviewed him was particularly impressed with Ben's skills at selling lubricants. Unsurprising, really. Me and Ben share the unfortunate and at present torturous pleasure of being season ticket holders at United, and it's through going to the game together that I want to pull out some of Ben's traits that you'll have to live with, Amy. So first of all, Ben has a sarcastic way about him. Yes, he does. Especially in debates and discussions, what he loves to do is listen and hold back a little quip for an opportune moment. I'm sure you've experienced that plenty already. Sometimes when he's concentrating on watching the game, it's like he's got a set of headphones on and he's not heard a single word that I've said. I can't really hold that one against him though, because my wife Emma says that I do that all the time as well. On one of our trips to Wembley, we booked a twin room at the Hilton at Heathrow Airport, which was a freebie using the old Hilton Honours points. Thank you very much. Anyway, we'd had a great time. United had won, surprisingly. We'd had a decent drink and the weather was great. On the train back to the hotel, it was pretty smooth. Anyway, we'd been in bed about 40 minutes when I woke up thinking there was a Boeing 747 outside the window with a jet engine just about to take off. I honestly don't know how you could cope with that, Amy, so, you know, massive respect to you for that. This is normally the point where I talk about Ben's awkward looks in his younger days, but sadly, the man didn't have any. His hair was always great, and he had a 10-10 gym bod. I know what you're thinking, his best days are behind him. The day's gone brilliantly so far. Everyone seems to be having a really nice time. Amy didn't change her mind. We're really looking forward to the band and the food that's going to be put on. Dexter and George were really well behaved earlier when they came in. And Ben, you did a brilliant job remembering your marital vows. I suppose it's easier the second time round. I've got to get one in. I've got to get one in. Amy, you look beautiful today. Your dress is gorgeous. And Ben is a very lucky man. You've done a brilliant job planning and organising the wedding in such a short space of time. And it's clear to me who's drawing the short straw in this relationship. I want to thank Angela and Andrew for supporting Ben and Amy in putting on such a brilliant wedding and clearly raising Amy to go for personality over looks. I also want to thank a few special people who can't be here today. Bill and Ruth, who meant so much to Ben. I always remember the pride in Ben when he talks about them, and especially about his dad and about how he used to be a teacher at Stamford High School, about how I found out that he taught my sister when I went over there to see her in America, and the stories about how he taught our friend Maya as well. I also want to acknowledge the fact he always told me about his mum and how she used to love the gardening and watching any football that was on the telly. Love that. I know how incredibly proud of you are, Ben, and I'm sure they'd be incredibly proud of you today and really pleased with your decision to marry Amy. I also want to mention Buddy, who I know you would love to have had here today, and I know you love and miss so much. Amy, Ben, you're a brilliant couple and great friends to me and Emma. I'm so proud to be asked to be part of your special day, and I want to wish you a long and happy future together. Can I ask everybody to toast the bride and groom, Ben and Amy?
Put it in his face.
There's fancy things in magazines, diamond rings and beauty queens, but nothing seems to sparkle like you do. There's fine cigars and caviar, expensive cars and movie stars, but everything I need is in this room. Oh, and I've seen the lights from New York to Vegas, and I've tasted wine from Venice to Paris, and I've seen the sights, nothing comparing to you. So I ain't looking